This is how you set up Blackout Comms on a new Lilygo Pager. If you're going to use an SD card, which is recommended, get a compatible SD card like this one, insert it into the pager. Okay. Next, plug a good USB data cable into the computer and into the pager. And it may power on as soon as you do that. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is plug it in, hold the boot button, which is the middle button, tap the reset button, and let up. So now it's in boot mode. It's ready to accept firmware. Open a browser such as Chrome or Brave. Not all browsers work. Go to chatters.io/pager and choose to download the firmware. If you're not in the US, you'll want to change your country. But since I have the pager connected, as soon as I click connect, it should see it, and it does. I'm going to install. It doesn't matter whether I erase the device or not because I'm using an SD card. If you're not using SD cards, then whenever you update the firmware, don't erase the device or it will forget your cluster. And this usually takes only about 20 seconds or so. Okay, now it's done, so I can disconnect the pager. So I'll disconnect it. It may restart on its own, or you may have to restart it. The restart button is that left button. And it vibrated. That tells you it's starting up. Since this is the first time I'm mounting that SD card, it's going to want me to go through setup. So I'll pick my time zone. I'm currently on daylight savings. I'm going to call this test P. The way these buttons work, when I want to put, so this is not a touch screen, to activate these buttons I need to scroll up just a little, and I can see by this line down here, now these buttons are active. So I'll push check mark. This is going to be a private cluster, which is probably the option you want. I'm going to start a new cluster just to show you how that works. So I choose root. And my cluster name, I'm going to call it home. And again, activate the buttons. In the US, 915. And I'm going to choose all of the defaults. So once this device starts up, I have a new cluster, and it only has one device in it. I'm going to add one more device to my cluster, which is going to be this TDEC. I am going to flash the TDEC, and it's pretty much the same. Connect the USB to my computer, hold down the trackball, which is the boot button, turn it on, and let go. So now it's in boot mode. Also, put an SD card in to the TDEC. Okay, so now I'm going to flash this device. To flash the TDEC, I'm going to go to chatters.io, find TDEC here, and I'm going to choose download firmware. My TDEC type is the TDEC Plus. I'll choose Lilygo TDEC Plus. I click connect, and there's my TDEC connection. This also, same as the other, I'm not going to erase the device, I'm using an SD card. I choose install, and this also usually takes 20 seconds or so. Okay, now I am ready to disconnect the TDEC. Okay, so I disconnect the TDEC and reset it. The reset button's right here. The TDEC is going to need to go through the setup as well, first time. You might want to go near a window or something to get GPS. Okay, so I'm choose my time zone, daylight savings. I'm gonna call this one TDEC. This one is private as well, and this is a standard. That's all this one needs to get started. On the root device, I'm going to go to Settings, Cluster, and I'm going to choose Onboard a Device. It's waiting. On the TDEC, I'm going to go to Settings, Cluster, Join. So now these two are going to connect, and the pager is going to give the TDEC all the settings it needs. Once they're done, they will both be in the cluster, with the TDEC being the root. And this usually takes about a minute, sometimes two. So they must be done because this one's about to restart. Yeah, so they should just turn green in a minute. I'm going to go to my neighbor's screen on the pager. The pager sees the TDEC, so it just popped up right there. The TDEC should see the pager in just a minute. That antenna will go green. Okay, yep, there it is. I can look at my neighbors and, yep, it can see the pager. And I can also, just to double check, I'll send it a test message. And yeah, it says it was sent and confirmed. And yeah, the pager shows it has a message. There it is. So these two are paired. These two are in a cluster, with this being the root. So any other devices I want to add to my cluster, more pagers, more TDECs, whatever, I do the same thing. Tell the pager onboard a device, and the new device, tell it to join the cluster.